What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Get After It. It's Friday. I'm here with Taylor, our social media manager, and we don't have a guest this week, so we're just gonna rip it. And he's gonna ask me some questions, and I'm gonna answer them to the best of my ability. So, welcome, man. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's nice
Good to be on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, usually he's behind the cameras and doing all the editing, so it's cool to have him here in front of the cameras. So, what you got for me?
All right. We're just going to break down a little bit about yourself, the company, and this new mastermind you got going on.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, first question is, has running this business changed how you spend time with your family? Obviously, it's a full-time business and it can be a lot sometimes, but how do you deal with that?
Yeah, when my brother and we first started this company 5 years ago, we didn't have like any other help in the office, so we were running, doing everything, the credit cards, the scheduling, working the events, bringing the equipment. So now the busier we've gotten, it's kind of like reverse. Like the busier that we've gotten, the more time I have to spend with my family because we have these systems in place and great people to help us out. And we give them a lot of responsibility and we take care of them. So, as we've grown, I work, 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, sometimes more, like any business owner does. But I do find a lot of free time. I try to get out to the golf course, and spend time with my kids in the morning and then at night. Saturdays and Sundays, I used to work in the parking lots like 10 hours a day. Now I don't really work in the parking lots anymore. And I'm glad because it's like 100 degrees out and humid. So but now I have 3 kids. So like as you mature in life and you hit different chapters in life, you just have to adapt. And yeah, I think bringing in a really great team has worked wonders for us. And we're continuing to bring in valuable people to the team that fit the culture, are growth minded. And that's how I'd answer that question.
Yeah, I like that.
And just so everyone knows, I haven't looked at these questions. They're all like random. So
Surprise.
yeah.
What's something you do to like unplug? So you have a long day at work, you're in the office, you might be out on the field. What's something that you do to just kind of, like wind down?
Yeah. I really like golfing. So I'm usually in the office around 8:30. Sometimes I got to take, 3 days a week, I take my daughter Ava to school. So I usually get to the office around 8:30 and then I'll do all my busy stuff in the morning. So like the hardest things on my brain, I like to get done before lunch. And then I go have a light, healthy lunch somewhere. And then usually I'll go to the driving range and practice. I'll putt or chip or hit balls. And that really helps clear my mind during the week. And I'll do that for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then I'll come back to the office and then I'll take care of like just whatever needs to get taken care of. And then at night, I hang out with my family, have dinner, and then I'll unwind again. Like either I usually journal or read. Right now, I'm watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, so that's been cool. But yeah, during the working hours, because like I don't sit in my chair for 10 hours a day. Like I would go crazy. So like getting out to the course, breathing in the fresh air, moving my body. That helps decompress my brain. And then at night, putting the phone down, closing the laptop, and like reading whatever I want to read or watching something good on Netflix. That's usually, that's what I do at night. And then in the morning, work out early.
Yeah, I like that. So Valet Parking Pros has been around for about 5 years now. Where do you see it in the next 3 to 5 years? What is your peak goals for?
Yeah, the next 3 to 5 years, I really want to grow the ongoing contracts. Like we start our first casino today, which is really awesome. If you would ask me 4 or 5 years ago, would we be starting a casino in 5 years? I'd probably say no, but sure as shit, we are.
Hey, we did it. We're there.
Yeah. So I really want to grow the ongoing services, like the big contracts, the long-term contracts, secure more parking lot leases, maybe buy some parking lots. The private events are good, but it's like they're needed, but that's not how in my opinion, that's not how you're going to like grow your company big. You need to have the big contracts, like the big casinos, the big hotels. the accounts where you have like five, six, seven valets on like all day long and then 24/7. Those are what we're gonna be trying to go after. We're gonna say no to like the smaller deals and the time consuming ones that aren't that profitable, and invest our time and energy into the big accounts.
So really jumping into the ongoings and still doing the private events, but taking a little step back from those to focus on those big ones.
Yeah, like the really tiny events, like for two guys, $350 or whatever. We're gonna do less of those because that just wastes time, in my opinion, and it's just not worth the headache. Because those are the people that really want to, like, they're trying to save $15, like negotiate, and I want to invest my time in like the big picture contracts, and say no to like the little restaurants that have no parking, and they want you to work for free, work for tips off the cars. Like, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to
Right.
we're trying to pay our people well and give them a lot of hours, and that's the vision.
Yeah, no, I love that. And what's one thing you would like to be doing less day to day as the company grows? So I know we're trying to get Clay like a little more free time. And what's something for you personally that you would like to kind of step back from and focus less on?
mm, the day-to-day stuff, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right now with the systems. For me, for Clay, we're gonna promote somebody from within, and see how that goes. We'll give him like a 90-day trial period and see if it's a good fit. Out, because that's the best way to level people up, is to do it from within. I think that shows a lot of it gives a lot of people, that there's room to grow. So that's what we're trying to do. But for me, like the day-to-day stuff, like I pretty much I'm like the visionary for the company. Like I kind of steer the ship, and I feel like I've put pretty good systems in place, but I want to dial those systems in. And for me, I mean, my job is to get us more business. So I don't want to do like all the little, like the quotes, like the type up the quotes and stuff like that, which I'm not really doing that. I help Katie out. She's our sales manager, and she's really great at that. And but yeah, that's pretty much it.
So with what you have on your plate right now, you're got it all pretty organized, it seems. What's like that big motivator that like you wake up in the morning, you get yourself out of bed, you go to the gym every morning, and then you come straight into the office and you're always energized, Energizer Bunny when you come in. What's that motivation?
I've always been pretty motivated, to be honest. My parents are both entrepreneurs. My dad passed away a couple months ago, but it's just something that's ingrained in you from, since you're little. Like, I was always working in the parking lots. I was doing Ubers before Uber was around. Like, I had this old Crown Victoria. I would work valet from like 4 to midnight, and then do like taxis at between midnight and 3 a.m. And I'd make like $300 doing that when I was like 16. So the motivation, like, you either have it or you don't. Like, you're not just gonna read a book and have it. Like, you have to really get, it's just kind of in you. So I'm all about the growth mindset. If you're not growing, you're dying. So that's it. It's not for, like, the entrepreneurial mindset. It's not for everybody. Like, I feel like a lot of people, they see what it's they see the on Instagram, like, whatever, the money or the cars or the updates, but they don't understand like the what happens all what around the clock. Like, you get lawsuits, you get claims, you get anything that you can think of happens when you're running a company. And yeah, I forgot what the question was, but
It's all good. We call that the Instaglam. It's
yeah.
you see everything that's perfect in everyone's life, and then you don't see the stuff before and how they got there.
Yeah.
But going off the growth and what you were saying about that, if you could go back to help yourself, like the first day you start Valet Parking Pros, what's like one key thing you would tell yourself to motivate or to help yourself grow to where you are now?
Yeah, for us, especially, anywhere, but especially in California, you really have to make sure your HR stuff is dialed. So like your anything employer related, like that needs to be really to the T, all your I's dotted, all your T's crossed, because as soon as people see you with some success and you're growing, there's always people out there that are going to try and take advantage of that and mess you up. So I would just make sure all your ducks are in a row. When you're starting out, the number one thing when you're starting out is just to get sales. But like as you get busy, you can't just forget about the details, because then eventually something's going to slip through and it's going to mess you up. So, right. Yeah. Just make sure all your stuff is dialed and take care of your people and they'll take care of you.
I like that. So you got this new mastermind going on. You just started one. What kind of inspired you to start this? Like, tell us a little bit about that.
The mastermind, it's like a valet parking and parking lot mastermind. And I would say, I would say we're one of the biggest valet companies in Southern California for sure. We do over 1,000 events a year, private between valet and shuttles. So, I want to, I'm all about growing, but at the same time, I'm all about teaching too. So I just want to help people, and if, if you could, if I had, I mean, my dad was my mentor. So I had a lot of stuff that I was constantly learning like throughout my whole life. Um, yeah, I think it's really cool. It's great to be successful and make money and grow and stuff. But I feel like the true joy comes from giving back and like teaching others like how to, because it's like for like working hard and me having the motivation, like it's already there. But the more challenging thing would be to like have somebody reach out and like groom them to become successful, like see their success. So
So who would be like the ideal candidate, or who are you trying to target for this mastermind?
anybody that wants to start a parking company or buy a parking lot or lease a parking lot, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the whole thing about that was like if I could pay 5, 10, $20,000 like just starting out, and I knew that I would get X amount of hours from like the expert in the industry, I would for sure pay that. Like it's priceless to me, because we made so many mistakes in our first 2 years. We had a lot of success, like we made over $1 million, whatever, but like we also had these little stupid things that happened because we didn't know. So like, you lose 20,000 here, you lose 50,000 here, like all that shit adds up. So if you can spend a little bit of money in the beginning and prove that to whoever is selling that service that you're committed, um, that's the way to go.
It's
Cause
priceless.
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be difficult to just ask somebody to talk to you for like, 6 hours, 10 hours, or just meet with you. Like you gotta money talks. So their time is valuable and they know that. So like for me, we joined a mastermind for content creation, and we paid, my brother and I, we paid whatever we paid, and that gets you in the room. And then from there, it just shows that you're committed.
Right, right, right. So how has this mastermind that you just started changed maybe something you see in your own business? Have you had any like realizations or any like step backs from something you might have been doing the way you wouldn't have liked?
Ask it again. How's the mastermind?
How has this mastermind changed how you see your own business?
I think it's the mastermind. If you're building a company and you want to grow it and scale it and teach others, I think it's really important to have your systems like super dialed. So like all the technology needs to, you want to make it as simple as possible. So like that's why doing the mastermind thing for me is cool, because now it's forcing me to keep everything organized and have all the systems in place, and like have the playbooks for somebody else to learn. And that's just, in the end, like let's say we sell this company in 15 or 20 years, like we're going to have everything documented. It's just going to be a perfect package for somebody to just come in and take it over. So in that sense, I feel like I don't know if that answers the question, but that's how the mastermind has helped has helped. It's just basically helped me be able to explain things more simple to somebody else.
For sure, for sure. All right, last question. Night of Lights is coming up. We're here in St. Augustine, everybody, and it's a big year. It's a
Mhm.
big time of the year. And what's going through your head before?
I love Nights of Lights. Like we work all year in the office, and then that's the one time I like I really I mean I like being in the field for a lot of this stuff, but like being in the field for Nights of Lights is like super fun because like there's thousands of cars everywhere, and everyone's looking for a place to park. And we're fortunate enough to have a lot of the market share in terms of parking lots in St. Augustine. So we'll be out there working the lots and checking on the accounts and whatnot. And we got a couple new lots this year. And yeah, I would say, yeah, Nights Lights it's around the holidays. It's cold. It's not humid. It's fun. You got people coming in from all over to this old little city, St. Augustine, and we're super excited for it.
So if you guys are coming to St. Augustine, make sure to come find us. We'll
Mm-hmm.
help you out.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. So
Cool, man. Yeah, thanks. Have a good weekend, guys.